Hello friends, how are you all? Hope you are all well. So today we are going to learn the clinical recordings and the clinical measurement of the visual acuity, which is a routine evaluation in the optometric examination of any patient. Okay. So first we look at the clinical recording, means how to record the visual acuity. So to learn about the clinical recording, we need to understand about the three different things. As you all notice in the screen, that the first one is the monocular or binocular. So we need to measure the visual acuity monocularly, means one eye at a time, and then binocularly, means both eye opens. So in the monocular visual acuity, when we measure vision or visual acuity in the right eye, we will occlude the left eye with an occluder, and similarly when we measure visual acuity in the left eye, we will occlude the right eye with an occluder. So the OD in the clinical recordings indicates the right eye, and OS in the clinical recordings indicates the left eye, and OU indicates the both eye opens. And number two is the distance and near. So we need to measure the visual acuity of a patient for the distance vision, either by the Snellen's chart or Logmar chart, and for the and also for the near vision, either by Jigar's chart or any other near vision chart. And number three is the with PGP and without PGP. So this means that if any patient comes to our clinic with a spectacle or contact lens, so firstly we need to measure visual acuity of that patient with that spectacles or contact lens, and then again we need to measure visual acuity of that patient after removing the spectacle or contact lens. So this helps us understand whether there is any change of the existing spectacle power or contact lens power of that patient. And apart from that, there is also a concept called the pinhole vision. So this means that we need to measure visual acuity by pinhole if initially we get the subnormal visual acuity. Let's suppose the 6.6 is the normal vision or normal visual acuity. So if the patient visual acuity initially is the 6.12 and we put a pinhole, it usually comes to the 6.6 or 6.9. So after putting pinhole, the visual acuity usually increase if there is no ocular pathology or no ocular disease. So this is the chart how we clinically record the visual acuity. So for right eye, left eye, and then the both eye open. For distance vision, if it is subnormal, then we proceed for the pinhole vision, and then the near visual acuity. Okay. For example, the in the right eye, the distance visual acuity is 6 by 24. After putting pinhole, the visual acuity increase, and it's up to it's now it is and now it is 6 by 9. So after putting the pinhole, and we also record the near visual acuity. The near visual acuity is recorded as either N6 or N8. Okay, so hope all of you can understand. Now in the next slide we will see how to clinically measure the visual acuity. Okay, so this is a very familiar picture to all of you. This is a picture of the Snellen's chart, and all the letters are called as the Snellen's optotype. So we will record the visual acuity as 6.6, 6.9, 6.12, 6.18, 6.24, and it may goes up to the 6.60. We should understand that the 6.6 visual or the 6.6 visual acuity is considered to be the standard visual acuity. Okay, and as the number at the denominator of the visual acuity, means the 9, 12, 18, the increase in the number, okay, the increase in the number implies that the vision or the visual acuity becomes poor. So 6.6 the standard, and the 6.60 is the poorest visual acuity. Initially the distance between the patient and the visual acuity chart, this distance is 6 meter. Okay, but if at the 6 meter distance the patient cannot read the topmost letter or the biggest letter of the chart, then we need to decrease the distance up to 5 meter. Okay, means the distance from this chart to this patient is now the 5 meter. Okay, and record the visual acuity as 5 by 60 if the patient can read the topmost letter at 5 meter distance. If the patient cannot read this topmost letter, then we again decrease the distance up to the 4 meter and record the visual acuity as 460 if patient can read the topmost letter. If the patient cannot read, then we continue to decrease the distance from 4 meter to 3 meter, and from 3 meter to 2 meter, and from 2 meter to 1 meter, and recording as the 1 by 60. Okay, so if the patient cannot read 6 by 60, we need to decrease the distance between the patient and the visual acuity chart up to the 1 meter. Okay, now if the patient is unable to even read the 1 by 60 line, means that when the distance between the patient and the visual acuity chart is 1 meter and still the patient cannot able to read the biggest letter or the topmost letter of the chart, then what the procedure we should follow? So there are these four procedure which we need to follow from 1 to 4 in this way. Okay, so first we need to follow the finger count, then number 2 is the hand movement, number 3 is the projection of rays, also called as the PR, and then the light perception, means also called as, or clinically called as, the PL.